Well, the one simple task for this transfer window is sign players that are good enough to at least make us competitive in the Europa League. Hello, welcome to Club 3 Part 29 of the Globe Explorer. Coming up into today's episode, we've got our summer transfer window. But first, the cat's out of the bag. We did win the FA Cup yesterday as a smash and grab, a 2-1 win over Arsenal. But we've done it. We've won our first piece of silverware for this save, I think. Apart from the league titles, they don't count, but our first proper trophy. Then we can always go back and take a look, see what trophies we've won. But I think this is the first big trophy, the FA Cup, obviously, which does mean we will be in Europe next season or this season, whichever way you look at it. We're in Europe. I think Europa League. I'm not sure which flavour. I think it is Europa League. Might be Conference League. Definitely not the Champions League. I think it's definitely Europa League. So we won that. We only signed 6 players this year. Best one being obviously Luke Bowerman. Absolutely fantastic. 35 games played, 7 off the bench, 6 in goal, 6 assists. So he definitely gets signing of the season. Along with Sagi Muralim, obviously still only 20 years old. And this is what I'm thinking. I don't know what I'm thinking, but I'm thinking it's not finalised just yet. Maybe moving Muralim out onto the left. Obviously, getting with Mensah and getting another decent world-class striker. I think that's the plan. That might be the plan going forward for this year. Because, I mean, Mensah's great, but he's not a Europa League standard. And Sava's a good solid backup for a left winger. And he's a good backup for the centre-back. So I think we keep him as a reserve type of player and move him out onto the left. I think that's what we do for this summer. Regarding that we signed a decent striker. If not, we'll just keep him up front and keep Emmanuel as backup. And Juan Manuel Villa, again, another young, talented player. He's only going to get better. I think he's got a little bit of potential to fulfill, but that's fine. That's fine. I can accept that. 3 stars I can accept. Anything below, yeah, not really. Obviously, Nick Carter picked him up on a steal. He really was. A relegation release clause. Again, another player, and he's only going to get better than Kanda. He did only come in as backup, and he did pretty well. 5 goals, 2 assists. I doubt we're going to renew his loan, but we do have a optional future fee of 4 million. I highly doubt we're going to pay that for him because he's not a great player. Only good championship, so I think we do look to get in another right winger. And Nakayama, he's fine. He's all right. He's okay. So the board expected us to attempt to avoid relegation. Obviously, we did that. We finished 13th, and we did somehow sneak into Europe, taking a spot from Aston Villa. I'm sorry, but you're not in Europe this year. Not yet, at least. That was absolutely. I still cannot believe we won the FA Cup. We had a pretty easy run. Obviously, we did have to beat Chelsea in the 4th round, which we absolutely smashed them. Then, apart from that, a pretty easy run to the final. Obviously, Arsenal, we beat them 2-1. A smash and grab win, in my opinion. When did we take the lead? 70th, yeah, pretty much a smash and grab. Carabao Cup didn't really do too bad. Knocked out in the 4th round. Obviously, this season we get a bye to the 3rd round because obviously we are in Europe. My biggest win this year was the 6-1 win over Man United. That's absolutely crazy. A 6-1 win over Man United. I'll keep saying it because it never stops being fun. Match to remember was a 2-0 win over Crystal Palace. Goal of the season went to Bowerman for his goal against Southampton. Let's just take a look at that goal because he scored quite a handful of goals this game. He didn't even start that game. I think he came off the bench. So Muralim plays the ball to Bowerman. That's absolutely incredible. What a goal that was. So reputation is stayed the same. Obviously, that will go up next season after our season Europa League, or depending on what sort of run we have. Revenue, It's a mixture of up and down. Sponsorship has gone up massively because it's our second consecutive season in the Premier League. Corporate hospitality gone up a little bit. Matchday commercial retail gone up a little bit. Competition prize money, surprisingly, has dropped down considering we did win the FA Cup. That's I'm not sure how I feel about that. So, most popular shirts sold, Miralam, Kelly, Sava, Bowman, and Nerona. I mean, the three of them, four of them, I can sort of agree on. Kelly, okay, fair enough. He is a homegrown player. So, our best 11 this year, Caprine in goal. He probably will stick around for next year. Whether or not he'll be first choice, I do not know. Back for Shiroz, Ellis, Nikiyama, and Villa. We already know Ellis is moving on. He's joining Ajax at the end of the season. Wish I could offer him a new contract, but he was very set in his ways. And midfield partnership of City and Carter. That might be the midfield partnership for next season as well. Obviously, Carter didn't start every game. Started most games, but Kelly was sort of in front of him as well for the most of the season. So we had Nerona on the right, Bowman in the middle, Sava on the left, and Muralam up front. Obviously, Bowman picked up a whole host of rewards, including Fast Player, Young Player of the Season, obviously signing of the season as well, Goal of the Season as well. He got top goal scorer. I was surprised not to see Muralam as top goal scorer, but Bowman, a great player, and he's got a great future ahead of him, only 21 years old. Nerona, I was expecting a little bit more assists. Maybe he might have a few more this year if we get in another, either a top-class left winger. Probably a top-class left winger because Muralam's a decent striker, but he might be even better out on that left-hand side. Highest transfer fee paid, obviously, Luke Bowman, 27 million. It's actually quite cheap. I can't believe how cheap he was, but absolutely incredible. Was that my? What I do want to see. We go to the job history. So as League One, yeah, we won League One. Yeah, that was our first proper competition win, which is absolutely incredible. So what do the board want me to do next season? So make the most of set pieces. Don't really do that because we're not very good at them. Play attacking football. That's great. Play possession football. Play entertaining football. Play high impressive football. So basically, carry on what we're doing at the moment. Work within the wage budget. Spend the original transfer budget. That sounds all good. So Europa League, they just want us to be competitive. So they're not expecting us to go far, but if we can get to the knockouts, that'd be absolutely fantastic. Finish mid-table in the Premier League. That sounds all good. When do they want us to win the Premier League? Not for a long time. I suspect we'll be long gone by that point, but you never know. Might have a few job interviews today. I highly doubt it, but you never know. Let's have a talk to the lads about next season. So mid-table finish, I think they can all agree with that. I'm not going to talk about. I've got nothing else to talk to you about. We won't mention the Europa League just yet. The lads can just enjoy their holidays. We're getting training camp. Where shall we go? I think we went to USA last year. Don't really want to go to Scotland because it's going to be cold up there. So I'm feeling. Let's go China, somewhere a bit more exotic, I want to say. So I'm not sure. Oh, I was not expecting that. But the board have plans to build a new stadium. That wasn't on the club vision and objectives. That really came out of the blue. So the board have announced plans to build a new stadium and are in the process of searching for suitable sites. Obviously, it's not going to be built for quite a long time. I'd say within the next 5 years, hopefully. The main reason behind the decision was that the Lions need to accommodate a bigger crowd due to the high demand of tickets for their home matches at the Den. Too right. That's I can agree with that. The boards have, however, pointed out this will not be a smooth process. Obviously, you're telling me we're in London. There's not much space here. As it would be some time before any plans can be finalised and put into action. said, our director really wants. Yeah, I honestly, I completely agree with what they're saying. We do need to move to a bigger stadium. Obviously, being in Europe now, only a 20,000, 7,000 capacity. It's bearing in mind we only got an expansion last season. Yeah, stadium capacity increase. Yeah, that was only last season, and now we're building a new stadium. Things at Millwall are definitely on the up. On to the opening day of the transfer window. Well, it's currently the 15th of June and the beginning of the brand new transfer window. I've got some brilliant news to announce. We have sold one player and we have signed a world-class striker, which does mean Miralem is going to be playing on the left. Our front four, or three or four, is going to be absolutely lightning. It really is. Before we do announce them, let's take a look, see who we've been rumoured with. So we've been rumoured with Micah Gotts, a left winger, can play anywhere along the front three, left winger in the middle or on the right. He is right footed. He might be a decent backup. Obviously, we will give him a scout. No intention of him being a star player if he does come in. That's not going to happen. Diego Gonzalez, looks like he can be a decent backup. Carmona, again, he's a right back. It's not really a position that we need, but I'm not sure what we need. I think the front, the attacking areas, I think they're pretty much sorted. So Otting Mensah does leave us to join Norwich for 15.5 million. A nice hefty profit considering we did sign him for 600k and down in League One as well. That is absolutely a great bit of business for myself and obviously the backroom staff as well. We've helped to really with him along the way. But our first signing is announced. It's Irvin Garcia. He's a Mexican striker, 4 stars of current ability, 5-star potential, good Premier League player. Can probably improve a lot. He comes in from America, our second player from America. Who did we sign from America last season? We didn't sign Miralem from them, did we? But we signed him for £9 million. I feel like we signed someone from there last season. I feel like we did. We signed Juan Manuel Villa from them last season or the season, but it was last season. I mean, 2 great players from them. God knows how many more great players they've got, but we're not going to scout their entire team. But they've got some good tasty looking 20-year-olds. They really do. I'm not sure how good they are, but this guy, he looks decent. How many goals did he get last season? 20? Oh my god. Oh, we are cooking on gas, boys and girls. We are cooking on gas. Let's send him on a intensive language course, get him learning to speak English as quickly rather than possible. Right, I don't know where we need strengthening at the moment because it's still very early on. So I think we are beginning to train Sagi Miralem to play on the left. He can play pretty much anywhere. He can play on the right, in the middle, on the left. So this season, he will be playing on the left. We've already started training him up. So in the friendlies, he will be playing on that left-hand side when he's not on international break, which hopefully no one is. It's 2032. I'm not sure if it's the World Cup or the Euros. Hopefully it's the Euros. Hopefully it's not the World Cup. That'd be problematic if it is, because most of our players might be called up. But at the moment, I don't really know where we need to strengthen. Possibly, definitely goalkeeper. So obviously Bergson is out of contract, along with obviously Kandu, who's going to leave us. Obviously Jay Ellis joining Ajax at the end of the season, and Mikolenko is joining El Reyes at the end of the season. So most definitely a left back, a goalkeeper, and maybe a couple centre backs as well. So I think it's pretty much the defensive areas that need strengthening the most. The rest of the squad, I'm actually pretty okay with. So I guess we'll probably just come back beginning of July. The squad might actually be finished by then, but who knows? We might have 1 or 2 new additions to announce. Well, it's currently the 13th of July, and we've got roughly about 3-4 weeks before we play our first game of the season, and we are signed another 2 players, and a couple more players have left the club. Obviously, there's confirmation of Ellis and Mikolenko both leaving the club, both joining Ajax and Ariad, respectively. How much money is Mikolenko on? 74k. I'm not sure how much JLS is on. Okay, not much. We'll give him a scout just in case we want to re-sign him. I highly doubt it. Ken Dickens, one of our, I'd say, highly prospected youngsters, but he never made the breakthrough as he joined Aberdeen on a free transfer. George Ilakinya has joined Venezia for 5.75 million. I think that is as a profit. We paid 2.7. We pretty much sold him on for double. Also, Rania Marshall has also left the club. He's joined Werder Bremen for 7.25 million. Again, another decent profit, pretty much double from what we paid for him. Then 2 players that have come in, just the 2 at the moment, minus the 1 player that joined on the first day of the transfer window. We've got Alex Hall. He's a 20-year-old English goalkeeper, 2.5 stars of current ability, 5-star potential, good championship player, potentially Premier League. He comes in from Bristol City for 9.25 million, which not too bad. He is also a wonder kid. So first season, he will start as a backup, playing a couple games here and there, probably mainly the cup games. And if we happen to come into the situation where we've secured a spot in the knockouts for the Europa League, he might play a few there. But by and large, he looks like a decent goalkeeper, 6'4", so quite tall. And next up is Tristan Achoo. Tristan Achoo. He's 23 years old, English centre back, 3.5 stars of current ability, good Premier League player. Comes in from Man City for £30 million. I think that's an absolute steal, considering his value is well up into the 50s, and he's 6'2". I mean, for a defender, 18 acceleration, 16 pace. That is absolutely. I've never seen anything like it. He is lightning. He is quick, like really quick. So that's the only 2 signings we've done for now. So this is the team at the moment. So this is the squad. So goalkeepers, we've got Alex Hall and Caprile. Obviously, Caprile as first choice. Alex Hall as the backup, maybe the cup goalkeeper. So probably just call him the cup goalkeeper. So obviously, right backs, we've got Williams and Giroux. I'd be probably half tempted to move on Giroux, mainly because he's not going to get homegrown. He doesn't really look that good. He's might be decent Premier League. I don't really want to sell Nico Williams because he's trained in nation. We can do with some English players around the club. So suspecting there might be a bit of movement around the right back area, but maybe not. Centre back so far, we've got Bellis, Achu, Nakayama, and Tavares. I highly doubt Nakayama is going to leave, but he might not. I guess we'll see. And then left backs, we've got Villa. I'm not sure why it says he's a left winger. He's not. He's a left back. That's it. We've only got Villa because Mikolenko obviously left the club, so we need another left back. Centre mids, it's the same as last year at the moment. We've got Piscini and Valden as the 2 playmakers. Kelly and Carter as the 2 attacking centre midfielders. Valden, I do want to try and get rid of, but if he doesn't go, he doesn't go. We will. Let's see if any clubs do make an offer. Nothing as of yet, so no offers have come in just yet, but there might be a bit of movement. So right wingers this year, we've only got Allison Nerona at the moment. We might potentially just have Giroux as a backup player because he's technically that's his preferred role. So I don't know. Might see what right backs are out there, and if there's a decent right back out there, I guess Giroux just stays as a backup because I'm not sure if he's good enough to start every game. And in the middle, we've got Mortier and Bowman. Obviously, Bowman is first choice, Near's backup. That is pretty self-explanatory. Then left wingers, we've got Sava as the backup. Obviously, Muralim as the left winger. We are slowly but surely training him up. I'm hoping he will be a natural left winger by the end of the season. And strikers, Emmanuel and Garcia. We have given Emmanuel a new contract. He does want to be an important player. He's not going to play every game, but he can play the cup games, not the Europa League, the FA Cup and Carabao Cup games, and any other easy win matches. So, as it stands, all the positions that we need are probably a right back, maybe another centre back, definitely a left back, and possibly a centre mid if Fowler leaves. So it's really just them two positions, and our transfers are done. See, thing is, we won the FA Cup, which, I mean, we're in the Community Shield, so I think we play that because we've never been in the Community Shield before. If we're in it again next season, we probably won't do it next season, but I mean, it's a once in a lifetime opportunity. I think we come back for our match against Arsenal in the Community Shield. Hopefully, by then, might have had a few more signings, maybe a few more departures, but let's see what happens. Well, here we go. It's time for our Community Shield against Arsenal. Before we get underway with that match, let's just do a quick recap of all the transfers we've done in today's episode. Start off with the players that have left the club. Obviously, Jay Ellis joined Ajax on a free transfers, end of contract. Mikolenko, same with him, he joined El Riyadh. George Enekenya joined Venezia for 5.75 million. Rania Marshall joined Werder Bremen for 7.25 million, and Corley Fountain has gone out on loan to Huddersfield for the rest of this whole of this season, I should say. And on the back end of last season, Otting Mensah left the club to join Norwich for 15 million. Now the players that have come in. First up, it was Irving Garcia, Mexican striker, 4-star current ability, 5-star potential, good Premier League player. Signed him from the Club America for £9 million. Next up, it was Alex Hall, an English goalkeeper, 2.5 stars of current ability, 5-star potential, good Championship player, potentially Premier League. Signed him from Bristol City for 9.25 million. I mentioned it once, I'll mention it again. He is a wonder kid, an English legitimate wonder kid. Then next up it is Tristan Achu, 23 years old, English centre back. That name's not gonna that name's gonna be fun every time I say it. 3.5 stars of current ability, good Premier League player. Signed him from Man City for £30 million. Might have overpaid, but I don't think we have. I think we paid the right amount. Then next up is the players you haven't met, only 3. First up is Robert Terrace. He's an English right winger. I know I was toying with Shiro's being the backup right winger, but I just couldn't really find a decent right back. So he comes in as a backup right back, 2.5 stars of current ability, decent Championship, potentially Premier League. Comes in on loan from Aston Villa for the rest of this season, and a loan spell with Cardiff last season. Whether or not he played against us in the FA Cup semi-final, I do not know. I really don't know. Will it say on the form? No, it does not. That's a shame, because it would have been nice to see if he did play against us. But he's our backup right winger. The next up is Ibrahim Gay. He's a Senegalese centre mid, deep line playmaker, 2 stars of capability, 4-star potential. Good League 2, potentially Premier League. He's literally just going to be backup. We've signed him from Olympic Lyon for 9.75 million. Yes, we may have slightly overpaid for him, but judging by his value, looks like he could be a decent player. I'm not too fussed about his reports, but I think he could be a decent backup for us. I'm getting game time as of when. He probably won't start many, but he might come on a few times when we're winning. Probably not when we're losing. And last but not least is Ian Martson, Dutch left back, 3 stars of capability, decent Premier League player. Comes in from Napoli or Partenope for £10 million, and a loan spell with West Ham last season, so more than capable of playing in the Premier League, and I do believe he is trained in England, which does help with the Europa League. So there was a theme here. We tried to sign as many English players as possible, which is pretty decent. So the squad going into this season, bearing in mind we've still got a week until the first Premier League game, but at the moment I think our business is pretty much done. So we've got actually, we'll just use the squad plan, it'd be easier. We've got Caprile and Hull as the two goalkeepers. Then left backs, we've got Villa and Martson, along with a whole host of players who can potentially play left back. Then centre backs, we've got Tavares, Bellis, Nukiyama, Achu. Obviously, Sava can be a backup as centre back, but he's actually a natural left winger now. He was accomplished, but now he's a natural. That's absolutely brilliant. That is absolutely fantastic. Then right backs, we've got Giroux and Williams. Centre mids, we've got Carter and Kelly as the two centre mid attacking centre mids. And playmakers, we've got Basili and Gay. I was toying with getting a decent deep line playmaker, but I think Basili is just fine. Then on the right, we've got Nerona and Terrace. In the middle, we've got Lee and Berman, same as last year. On the left, Miralim and Sava. Then up front, we've got Emmanuel and Garcia, and obviously Miralim can play up there up front. Should Garcia hopefully he doesn't get injured. Hopefully he stays injury free. If he does, we're winning the Premier League. Are we not? We are at the Community Shield, and hopefully this might be the team to go out. Let's play Sagi Muralim, because this will be the front three to play the... No, it won't. Now it is front four to play the first Premier League game. So we've got Caprile in goal. Is he actually... Yeah, he's supported superkeeper. The back four, Giroux, Nukiyama, Chu and Martson. Carter and Gay in the midfield. Basili is actually out injured, that's fine. We've got Nerona on the right, Bowman in the middle, Muralam on the left, and Garcia up front. This front four, if they're connected properly, I reckon it's going to be lethal. I mean lethal. Like, this season could be fun. If it goes to plan, we're gonna be absolutely unplayable. If we can pick up a massive win here, obviously I don't mind if we don't win. We are 1-0 down, which not good news. I don't think we play a balanced mentality now, because we're pretty much a established Premier League team. So I think we can probably just go the whole of the season on a positive mentality. Maybe balance if we feel the need to, but as we're 1-0 down, we will just up the intensity. Come on, brother Matson, it's an alright tackle, but can we just make it a bit better? Hopefully try and get the ball back. That's not good, but thankfully it was just a little bit wide of a goal from Arsenal, and we still currently battled down. It's still 1-0. We've got the ball. Nerona is running through on goal, and it's a good save from Bruggen, the Arsenal goalkeeper, to deny us an equaliser. Muralim is going to whip in the corner. He does. Achu was lurking at that near post, but doesn't quite get anything on it. But it's not been bad. It could have been a lot worse. I think we went 1-0 up in the FA Cup final. Hopefully we can still win today, but I'm not too fast. Garcia, they messed up at the back, and Carter with the strike, but the goalkeeper does make a great save, and it is another corner. Nerona is going to take this time another in-swinger. Gay was lurking there, but didn't try and make the jump up for it, which I don't think he would have got there if he tried to. We've got 15 minutes left of the first half. We are slowly but surely, we are currently improving as we go on, so hopefully we shouldn't have to wait too long before we get our first goal of the game. Muralim plays the ball to Nerona, and we do finally get the equaliser with 10 minutes left of the first half. That's what we're talking about. Muralim, Nerona, bang. Absolutely wonderful if we can see that in the Premier League quite consistently, we're going to be, I expect, by Christmas, a Champions League team or in or around the European spots. If we can go into half time 2-1, that would be very good. But if we can go into half time with the draw still intact, that will be also very decent. Muralam has got the ball down that left-hand side. Time to show us what you can do. Not a lot there, but the signs are there. He will be a decent left winger for us. He just needs time to adapt to it, because obviously last season he played most of it up front. Obviously this season on the left. It's a new position for him. We'll give him time. He will get better, I hope. He says. He's not really had the best. So he is just coming back from injury, so we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. He is actually going to come off. Sava is going to come on for him. He can be a winger. And I think we also get on off Bowman for Morty. Knee. Come on, lads. We've got half an hour left to play. I still think we could potentially go and grab a second goal. It's definitely possible. We just need to create a few more chances. Martin has got the ball down the left-hand side. That's not a bad run. Morty D was in the middle. Sava puts the ball back in the air. It's quite a dangerous cross, that. But nobody gets their head onto it. And Nukiyama with a vital challenge, as he does, just hoof the ball upfield. But danger is not... It might be over, but it's probably too early to tell. Martinelli has got the ball. Can we get in this tackle? But we didn't need to in the end, because his shot was fired over the top of the crossbar and went out for a goal kick, I think. Come on, let's try and... We've got just under half an hour left to play. I'm hoping this doesn't go to extra time if the scores are still level. If it can go to penalties, that will be very good. Well done, True. Very good tackle. Danger still not over yet. Can we just end this highlight? Just somebody put the ball out of play, please. Martinelli, it's through. Martinelli does. I think that's offside. Is it offside? No, goal has been awarded, and Arsenal do lead with 25 minutes left to play. We are going to make a couple more changes. Ibrahim Gay is going to make way for Kelly, and I think Martin also... No, we don't... Oh, where's... Oh, Villa... I think Villa's also injured. That's not great, but it's fine. Williams is going to come on for Giroux. We've got 25 minutes left of the game. I still think it's possible to get an equaliser, regarding the fact Arsenal don't get a third here. That was close, but still over the top of the crossbar. Come on, lads. Let's drop some encouragement in the hope we can find this second goal, which I do think we can get, but Arsenal are getting a lot more chances. That's got to be offside, surely? No, it's not. That's not good news at all, but I couldn't care less if we won this game or not. It's at the end of the day, it's a competitive friendly. That's what I want to call it. A competitive friendly. That's basically what it is. You don't really gain anything apart from being probably the best team in England over the course of last season, and whether or not you've strengthened, which I think we have, but we have taken off a lot of our key players at this stage of the game. I think Sam tried to play the ball through to Carter, but I think the accuracy was just way off. And Rice is through. Rice does put the ball into the back of the net to make it 4-1. This is an absolutely romping by Arsenal. It's not nice to watch at all. It really is not. But hopefully the Premier League is much better than this. Hopefully it's just a little blip, and the players are, I think they're still gelling together. They haven't really had time. That's not a penalty. That's not a penalty at all. I swear to God, ref, if you give that as a penalty, do we have one more change? We can make 6 subs. Let's make 2 more changes. Carter. We don't have a... Let's get on Emmanuel on for Garcia, and I think for the final change will be Tavares on for Chu. come on, lads. We've got 10 minutes left to play. I highly doubt we're going to get a second goal, but if we can save this penalty, if it is a penalty, it's no penalty. I didn't think it was, so I think it was fairly obvious. But if we can get just another goal, I think that'd be good. I don't really want to lose the game 5-1 because the scoreline is already hideous as it is. Come on, lads, we need that. Our final third today just hasn't been good enough. We kept giving the ball away in silly areas too, on too many occasions, and that goal has actually been disallowed. Thank God for that. Still 4-1. I mean, we've got 7 minutes. Again, it's a poor free kick. It's really poor. Why are we trying these long balls when they're not working? Just keep it simple. Play it short. Even if we mess that up, at least we're trying to play it short. Caprile whips upfield again. We lose the ball again, but we do get it back eventually. Emmanuel has got the ball. Nerona, come on, Emmanuel, come on, shoot! Sorry, he hit the postal work. He hit the work of some flavour. Her postal crossbar, I do not know, but he was very close to finding the back of the net. Summer, it's a crossbar. That's like 2 shots, 2 woodworks. That's absolutely ridiculous. That is. That should have been one of those shots. Should have been in the top corners of some flavour. Absolutely, really, really unlucky. That is. Well done, Tavares. That's some decent defending. That is really good. Nerona has got the ball. Come on, let's pass. That's a poor pass. I mean, in all fairness, Nerona, you are absolutely shattered. I mean, shattered. So you are going to make mistakes when you are tired. Sama with a decent tackle, but clears it straight to an Arsenal player. They are on the attack, and Kanate does put the ball into the back of the net. Hopefully, it's offside once again. But I think this one might be. Nope, it is disallowed again. Is that his second goal that's been disallowed? It has. 2 in 4 minutes. That's one seriously unlucky player right there. Or a stupid player for being offside. Because you really should be if you're a professional footballer. You should know the difference between on and offside. Come on, lads. We've got 5 minutes left to play. Are we going to get a second goal? Or is it going to end in a 4-1 defeat? It's going to end in a defeat regardless. But if we can get that second, that would be great. Williams plays the ball to the road. Oh, it's really poor. It really is. It's silly. We shouldn't be making mistakes like that. Verbruggen plays the ball upfield. Come on, well done, Williams. Nakayama, Carter. Now let's get the ball upfield. We've got 1 minute remaining. Are we going to get the second goal that we want? Well, we don't need it, but we've got it. Mortini does header the ball into the back of the net to make it 4-2. I mean, there's no point running back to the spot. There's barely a couple seconds left to play, and it does end in a 4-2 defeat. We don't need to watch that. I guess that is bragging rights because we did beat Arsenal in the FA Cup, so I'd say that's probably a little bit of revenge on their part, but we should perform much better. We need to do better in the Premier League when we play against them, which I ain't got a clue when we play against them. Hopefully it's after the transfer window is shut. But I think with a week left until we face Man United, I don't see ourselves doing any business, but I honestly don't know if I'm going to do any business. I'm quite happy with the squad. There might be I doubt there's going to be any movements. So I think with that being it, I think I'll just call it there for today. Obviously, if there is any late movements between now and the Man United game, I will just introduce them in the next episode. But for now, actually, before we do end the episode, let's take a look at the end of the season preview. So we are predicted to finish 13th, which was where we finished last season. Don't have anyone in the Dream 11 yet, but our key players, Irving Garcia and Sagi Muralam, I can agree with that every day of the week. Completely agree with that. So I think that being it, I will see you all in the next episode for our first Premier League fixtures of the brand new season against Man United and Ipswich. If you have enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more Daily Football Manager videos, and thank you very much for watching.